Yo, and today I'm gonna be discussing Pisces doesn't leave after one mistake, they leave after the pattern. Now, the very funny thing about this is that when people do stuff, they don't realize that a Pisces been done. You just now realizing something. But what you don't realize is the Pisces has already been done, bro. Appreciate the star, Sedona. Welcome. How you doing? And the crazy thing is, people think they're doing something sneaky, they're doing something slick. Now, earlier, I was telling you guys about the story about a recent betrayal that I saw coming because I already had a dream the night before. And in the dream, this man was carrying a snake around his neck. And he walked in the room, and it was noticeable because it got my attention. He came out of nowhere, and I looked at him, and I'm like, yo, why is he just carrying that snake as if it weren't a snake? But it gets even better because this was to get my attention, to remind me of the betrayal that was about to come today for me to see because I had the dream last night. As crazy as it sounds, now I'm excited. I hope you're excited because this is crazy. Next thing you know, he opens up a can of worms, mind you. He's a Pisces, right? So I already didn't trust him. I already had a funny vibe going that I didn't trust him. See, because he already done pulled a stunt here or there, one or two different shisty things that he's done. So I was just giving him rope because I already knew he was gonna hang himself. Now here's the funny part. He tells me that he started talking back to one of his exes. And I hope he's watching this again. Okay. And see, he said, oh, guess who I'm talking to? And he mentioned the girl. And me and her do not get along. He knows that. So I don't even understand why he would mention her. But the funny thing is, what else? So basically, my intuition, as I always say to you guys, remember the snake dream. My intuition kicked in and I said, your ex told me that you're still talking to her as well. And then I unfriended him and blocked him. Didn't give him a chance to defend himself, didn't give him a chance to get any closure, right? He hits me up on what? He hits me up on TikTok. Now, let me see if I save it. Let me see. He hits me up on TikTok. Let me look at this. My gallery. Let me see if I saved it over to here. Yep, I saved it. Okay, so we were supposed to be working on a server, 5M server together. The craziest thing is I said, it was my ex in city, okay? It wasn't a real relationship, but it was in city and 5M server. This was somebody I was talking to. See? He went behind my back and started talking to her to get her, to get her for himself. The crazy thing is I said, my ex told me you were still talking to her too, as he mentioned he was still talking to his ex, and both of them, allegedly, he said he had blocked them, right? This is why I want to show y'all the intuition is powerful. Now, her name is Luna, by the way. And check it out. D dot, that's David, right? So if you look right here, he sent me this, and this was from 7:05. I'm gonna show you. I got it at 10:21, as you can see. And what time did he sent it? And this is what he took the picture of. 7:05 today. 7:05. What does this show? The owner is him, right? And I told him, I was supposed to start it. I was supposed to own it. But he didn't want to wait. He jumped the gun. It's a reason why people jump the gun. And it's not about, oh, you took too long, because it was only like 3 or 4 days, right? Now, as you guys can see right here, it's his name as the owner. And lo and behold, who is the co-owner? Luna. And he swore up and down that he blocked her. Oh, I don't talk to her anymore. He lied. See how intuition told me he was still talking to her and he was supposed to have her blocked. And now it's a reason why he jumped the gun without me, because he was trying to start the server, but he wanted me to fund it. Because he kept asking me, oh, send me the payment. Send me the payment. Send me the payment for the hosting. And I wouldn't do it because I knew that he wasn't trying to do this project with me. I just knew it. But the craziest thing is I didn't even talk to my ex. I didn't even talk to her. I didn't even talk to Luna at all. The intuition already knew. So could you imagine to be right on the money when I didn't even talk to her? All I said was, Luna already told me that you've been talking to her too. And then he told on himself because the suspicion, I already knew all along he had been doing something under the surface. And look, I hope he's watching this. Dumbass, you didn't even know. Oh, I didn't even talk to her about you. See how I just came up with that out of nowhere? And it was right on the money. That's how crazy the intuition is when you don't even know why you're saying something. You don't even know, why am I saying that I talked to my ex and she said she's still talking to you? And then I blocked you and unfriended you not knowing that it was true. It was true. How could I have even came up with that? The intuition. That's like saying, yeah, I know your mom told me that you're out here stealing cars. And you actually are. It's cold-blooded. Have I talked to your mom? No. But the truth exposed the darkness, man. Just like a flashlight. So the funny thing is that then you want to put it in my face because you're busted. That's why there wasn't no closure. You got immediately blocked. You got blocked and unfriended. So now you just had, because you know why? The thing is, when people do something that's shady put it like this, they do something shady in the dark, they're caught. Now, the funny thing is he probably was trying to figure out, how did he find out? How did he know that I was talking to his ex behind his back? Bro, the intuition, bro. I had that dream about the snake the night before. You don't think I knew? See, the dream of I'm going to tell you, how do we know this to be true? Remember I told you, the things that you see in the dreaming life, the dreaming world, write them down on paper. Remember them. Because those are clues for the waking life. I've said it so many times. The snake in the dream, what did that represent? Deception. The man holding the snake in the dream was for me to see, oh, something in the waking life I'm not paying attention to. Mind you, in the dream, the man with the snake, he slept. He slept in the room, in this dark room with a shattered window. And literally I could look in there, but it was dark. And then all of a sudden, when I woke up, the snake was dead. And then all of a sudden, a cat just jumped on me while I was sleeping. I woke up like, oh shit. It was a gray cat with no eyes. Bro, when it did that, I'm like, yo, what is going on? But it dawned on me. If that ain't enough to get your attention, When I seen that cat, I'm like, oh shit, something's going on below the surface. I'm telling you guys, the snake was chopped up into pieces. And I'm like, yo, this is for something going on. And I nailed, bro, I'm not even, bro, I'm so shocked by my own intuition, bro. The very thing I said, clear as day. He put her as the co-owner to replace me because he had already been plotting this behind my back. And he's a Pisces. And I told him, I said, bro, why are you so jealous of me? Like, bro, you can't beat me, bro. You cannot, bro. Ain't nothing you could do. You can't get to me. Because guess what this did? This little TikTok post that he posted to me, this only confirmed my intuition, for one. And that was the confirmation to unfriend, block forever. Forever. Can't see that? Don't you see the thing about this? Of why I'm explaining, guys, is because this is what you need. Once you see something for what it is and you call it out, you know it's like a pat on the back. You start realizing that I knew this person was a snake. See, they didn't just become a snake. They've been a snake the whole time. That was the man holding the snake. See, it was never separate. That's what I'm saying. The snake, the man holding the snake, all it shows is that this person, their intent means what? Deception. They want what you got. And I'm telling you, this man in the dream was following. I went to sleep in the dream while the snake was loose. And you want to know the craziest thing in my dream? I wasn't afraid of it. But let me tell you the most powerful thing about this dream. The snake was literally sleeping right next to me inside of that little container thing of which I mentioned with the man with the shattered window. And me knowing that he was that fucking close to me. Now, let's go into the waking life. Who around me is that freaking close to me that I talk to every day? David. The snake represents a person, fam. Who is he hiding from me that he does not want me to see that he is currently talking to on the daily? Luna, Milani. The snake represent both of them. The funny thing is, where is his face? It's not there. It's just a man holding what look like two man arms holding a snake around his neck. Then that's what caught my attention. Mind you, when I was asleep, I was nervous because I'm thinking the snake gonna, attack me while I'm asleep. But it gets even better. The snake the snake came right next to my face because my bed rests against the wall, and the snake slithered down while I was asleep into the crevices only to get dissected into pieces. And then the cat jumped on my stomach now. I don't even know what that meant. But the cat, out of this, I'm going to tell you what's crazy about some type like visions, okay? Dreams. When you see something clear as day and recognize it for what it is, it sticks to your memory. Like a cat with no eyes. This cat literally jumped on my stomach and then jumped off me. Enough to wake me up to where, oh shit, that was a cat. What, when, where, what, when, where, how, why? Who knows? But it was enough to get my attention to where I just woke up in the woke up physically. Once I woke up from dreaming, then I realized, I said, oh shit, I need to pay attention. I really need to pay attention. Something close to me is so close in arm's reach, that mean me no good. So see, I'm the type of person, once I feel that suspicion, and you're the only one that I know is in arm reach, I'm looking for the snake. Who is the snake? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Let me know who's the best of all. Let me see who it is. Sure enough, I just said it and didn't even know why I said that, fam. But I connected dots once he said that he was talking to someone that he had initially blocked, which was his ex. I knew then that it was more to the story. See, it was more to it than what meets the eye. And then I said, "Oh, well, guess what? My ex said you still talking to her too, and you was supposed to have her blocked." But little did he know, I didn't talk to her. I didn't even talk to her. And that right there, because of the guilty conscience, he felt seen. He felt seen, so he told on his goddamn self by sending me this to prove it. Dirty dog. You know what the worst thing about this is? Being seen. Being seen for your dirt. And it's like, dude, you're not as clever or as slick as you thought you were. There's something out here way more slick and slippery than you. And that's the intuition. The intuition does this because you don't have physical proof. The proof is in their actions. They're already moving weird. They're moving funny to where you don't trust them. So that's the first thing that happens when it comes to suspicion. Then it's like, okay, you can't get the truth out of the person by just simply asking them what's up. So you have to say it in such a way. As if what? They've already said so. See? Because remember I said, it's what you don't know that can hurt you. So if you don't know if I were talking to my ex, that's something you don't know. So it's a possibility when I said so that he had to think about it. Well, I ain't around you 24/7. You might have heard it, but only if you've been doing something behind my back. That's how you catch people, and you catch them into they call it an ice cream sandwich. It's like you can't run left because you're caught, and you can't run to the right because you're caught. See? So your ass gets smashed. You get stuck in a lie. You can't get out of. Because I created the illusion. Bro, let me stop, bro. I created the illusion with the intuition that I already talked to her about his shit that he was doing in the dark. The craziest thing is he does not know how long. He doesn't know the width, the circumference. He doesn't know how long I've known this. Bro, that's why you cannot, bro. That's why when you do stuff, when you have to think about it, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked. Because you're going to say, well, damn, how long has he known this? That I've been talking to her behind his back. And the thing is see, this is why I say the people that come into your life, they can be pawns. In so many words, they can be pawns. I'm going to tell you why. Because sometimes when you have a snake in your circle, what other way would you catch them? With the same people that you were once cool with. They will help you get rid of the snake. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like when you try to find, and I'm going to tell you, she's a Virgo. Yep, that's sneaky. Ass Virgo. Conniving, sadistic Virgo. That's the co-owner. Now watch this. Because this is the funny part. Karma, fam. Karma is the funniest thing about this whole situation. How does this play out when you've taken the eyes away from the situation? Oh, your ass is grass, David. I hope you watching this. Your ass is grass. Hey, don't try to accuse me when karma come for you. Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with how it handle you, what it do to you. Because here's the thing. You better do your homework, David, about Virgos before you trust one. After they already got whiff of what you just did, see, you can't be dirty and then join forces with the dirtier. You can't be, look, some people think just because they become friends with the devil, they're exempt to the devil's tricks. No, no, you're not exempt. Your ass is still on the chopping block. You don't never supposed to join the devil in business. You're never supposed to join the devil in any type of serious situation. No. How many of y'all in the chat agree or disagree? You're never supposed to join the devil on any type of serious situation because that, I'm telling you, the detriment, the karma, it's a reason why the devil is right next to you. It's a reason why the devil is with you after somebody just ended something. They're gonna help throw you over. I'm gonna tell you what Virgo can do to a structured situation. Destroy it. Not because, oh, they just want to destroy some shit, but what comes with it. See, what comes with the Virgo? Not just the whole situation that's structured together. Oh, it's gonna come with what? Chaos, toxicity. And I don't know why would a Pisces factor in the Virgo's energy into the situation. Not maybe they need somebody to help clean up or destroy the shit when once all the pieces fall, they need somebody to, tidy things up. That could possibly be why we could say they probably help him clean it up once it's destroyed. I get that. But they ain't finna help you build that shit. Nope. Nope. I'm telling you, because when it comes to Pisces, when you do something, you better off doing it yourself. You're better off doing something yourself. If you're going to start a business, work something out, do it yourself. Don't partnership with no damn Virgo. Cause I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna end. She's gonna end up destroying what he started. Because you can't listen, when you're focusing on love and shadiness, you're gonna reap that. You're gonna reap it. Let me see here. He said, who run from the bear? I don't know what that means, buddy. But Sedona said, no fuss given. This a perfect time, and thank you for I recently quit my job because after so many mistakes, I saw the pattern. That's good, man. See, that's good for starting a new beginning. Yep, that's the thing. See, most people in my shoes will be hurt because of the betrayal. You're not supposed to be hurt from the betrayal where you physically, like for my situation, was I physically hurt? No. Was I emotionally hurt? No, because I already knew he was a snake. See, if you know somebody's a snake, you stop investing. See, which means you what? You stop caring about the person emotionally. Remember, the Pisces detaches emotionally first before physically. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, when does this end? Now, whether or not does it end well, obviously, that's the big question. But I'm ready for both. If it's hey, he can if we can work this out, but only while I'm willing to work it out. Because once I block you, That's it. Once I unfriend you, that's it. It's final at this point. I gave you a chance before, no more chances. See? So that's the thing you got to do is once you know, you cannot change. Listen, you cannot betray yourself. Once you know somebody's a snake, they've already burned you once. That's it. You got to hold them to that identity because it would take a longer time to decide whether or not they fully change. And obviously that would come with tests. You can't just say, oh, or just to, merely hear it. You got to see them actually have changed. But even when you forgive, you still don't give that person the same trust they once had with you. No. That's why I said he was never supposed to be the owner of the server. I was, and there was a reason for that because I did not trust him running it. To be, somebody already burned you. I wouldn't give him that type of power in a situation. I just wouldn't. So I'm gonna just start my own, as a result. But I just thought that was funny because people literally show their true colors, but it wasn't up to no surprise. It wasn't no surprise behind it. Let me see. Welcome, Goddess Vivia. Welcome, Locked Up too. Said it's the Pisces and Scorpion love. You can't beat them. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, well, his first girlfriend's baby mama or whoever was a Scorpio. Okay, so bringing the Scorpio back from the situation, as I explained the last live, was probably good news for him, but bad news for me because I'm usually a one and done. I'm usually a one and done because when somebody, depending on the detriment of the situation, one and done is just like I say, you having the clarity, setting a boundary after someone's already betrayed you, done something, then you do have to, put a lock on the door, a more, secure lock, meaning I'm not just going to let you just come back in and just think it's going to be sweet and you just do the same thing over. Because I'm going to tell you, when you give a person another chance, you open up doors for them to, run a pattern. See, they do it more than once. Now it's a pattern. And every pattern, if it's on a bad note, has to be ended immediately. See? And then you gotta take precautions after that because at any time, what is that person gonna do? They're gonna work their favorite move. See? They're gonna work their favorite phrases as excuses, and they're gonna keep doing the same shit until you stop them in their tracks. So, with that being said, this is why one and done usually means forgive, but no chances. Okay, yeah, I forgive you, but hey, I'm still moving on, and so should you. So that's the difference. Okay, yeah, and that's the thing. So I always recommend be careful because Pisces, like I say, they don't leave after one mistake. They leave after the pattern, and that's all they got to see is that you haven't changed one bit. But it hurts more to keep this person around you. Think of a person that betrays you as garbage, stinking, smelly garbage that has to be taken out. See, it has to be taken out away from you because it can no longer have access to you anymore. See, so any type of toxic situation, anything you find to be, not right, get rid of it. Don't even entertain. Don't have that person energy near yours. Now, another thing. See, when it comes to karma, okay? Now, this is not necessarily punishment. So some people get karma and punishment, they get it mixed up. What it is the consequence of patterns finally catching up. That's the like the last stage of the consequence. The last stage of the consequence is what? The ending. So what happens here is the consequences of patterns takes its final stage. Then what does it happen? Then what happens? It finally catches up to that person. But it had been following them that whole time. It had been following them the whole time. It's just the receipt of all the shit that you've that you started coming back to you to pay you back. It's a debt. It's like a debt that follows you that you haven't paid off yet. Just catches up with you. And then it's like you can't run from it because that's not realistic. All the dirt, including the good and the bad, everything you've done catches up with you. See? And what is the consequence? Is therefore the pattern. The pattern is what causes it. Now, let's say you've lied repeatedly to the Pisces. It doesn't have to be a Pisces. I'm just using Pisces as an example, okay? Now, let's just say the Pisces catches those small lies. Now, as a result, the Pisces pulls their energy away from you. The trust disappears. That's why. Now, let's just say the karma behind you telling these lies repeatedly is the ending result, the final stage to the line. And this is the karma. Nobody believes you when you finally are telling the truth. It's cold-blooded. See how karma catches up? It is the production of what you cause, man. You started a web of lies, and now nobody believes you anymore. So when you're telling the truth and nobody believes you, that's your karma. See how it ain't got to be me the one whooping your ass to find out, oh, it ain't got nothing to do with me. This is the check that you wrote. Now, whether it bounces, it's going to bounce back to you. It doesn't have my name on it. So this is why you don't get away with what you're doing. This is why I said he got a lot to learn, because I'm excited, because it's almost like only thing I'm missing is popcorn at this point. Now, let's say you took the Pisces for granted. Let's say somebody, helped you. Let's say the Pisces helped you and always showed up. What would end up happening? As a result, you expected it. But the karma is that they stop showing up. See, the unexpected happens when you were looking for it. Now, let's just say you ignored their intuition. See, the Pisces warned you, told you, stop, stop, stop. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't do this anymore, and you didn't listen. Let's just say you laughed it off. No, I'm not. You didn't take the Pisces serious. Then your karma is the thing they warned you about happens. See, this is the funniest thing, but it's not funny to the person that it's happening to. When you are a snake and you are hanging out with snakes, what do you think can also happen to you at any time? When that other snake gets hungry, you become his snack. See? That's why I said you're not exempt. Just because you're a snake, just because you want to be the bad guy does not mean you are excluded from bad things. No. If anything, you're closer to it. So it's a higher chance it will happen. And here's the thing. When someone tries to use you, they try to use you or use you for your kindness, for example. They only call, when they needed something from you. So here you can see that it's a one-sided friendship. But it's karma for this. It's karma for anything you try to do when you don't listen to the truth. It's all different types of things where karma shows up. And let's say it's a one-sided friendship just because you only called that friend when you needed something. So you try to use that friend's kindness. Now the karma is the support disappears. See, now, oh, where's the support? You don't get any. Why are you surprised? See, let's just say you were untrustworthy, you broke the loyalty, so you chose people who disrespected the Pisces instead. And as a what? As a result, the trust breaks. Now what happens? Now karma comes in. You lose someone that had your back. See, you can shit. This is why I don't play with karma, because I always try to do the right thing, even if I don't want to. See, because let's say you used the friend for advice, intel, whatever. Now, when it's time for you to lose someone, you don't expect it to be someone close to you. See? You don't expect it to be, oh, somebody from your circle to be taken. Just out of nowhere. And that's why I be telling people, be careful how you treat people. Now, on top of that, let's say you type of person that play both sides. And then you start telling different stories to different people. What is this? What does this cause? Confusion, right? So the karma would be that eventually everyone compares notes. This just shows you cannot escape. You cannot escape anything that you do in this life, bro. It will come back to you. You just don't know how it's gonna come back. See? And then let's say you type person that just keeps making excuses and you don't want to take accountability, so you just keep making the same behavior, you just keep doing the same thing, same behavior. But as a result, for all the same behavior that that you've caused, now you make different excuses. So what's the karma? Nobody buys the excuses anymore. See, that's why I say if you hit a backflip and land on your belly, you can't do it. You can't keep doing the same thing expecting to land the same way, bro. Eventually, you're going to end up landing on your head and cracking your damn neck. It ain't going to work every time, bro. You might betray somebody and then all of a sudden you just have no friends, but guess what? For how long? You might go 2 years without friends because you don't know how to, you do not know how to, keep one, treat one, because they come with standards. You can't just, oh, I'm going to just F over everybody. Then guess what? When you don't have any, don't complain. See? Because that lets you know the joke's on you. Now, let's just say you ignore boundaries. Let's say a Pisces, repeatedly just asks for respect. How hard was that to give? But then you ignore the request. So what would happen as a result? Karma. Then the access gets removed. And it ain't even got to be with that Pisces. The access get removed from anybody else you try to get the same treatment from. And let's say you mistook the whole silence for weakness. Most people think it's just kindness. No, sometimes when the Pisces is just silent, people try to take that as weakness. I can't just have peace to myself. Do I always got to be talking in order to look strong? See? So if a Pisces just simply stop arguing and you just want somebody to argue with, now as an outcome, you thought you won. Just because the Pisces just chose to be silent, but you wanted somebody to argue with. Well, when the karma hits, guess what? The Pisces was already leaving. See? You don't see, you think that you've caused the Pisces to leave. They already were going to leave your ass. You just didn't know it. See? So that's why I say as things play out, you thinking it's you doing something and you don't even know that could have been confirmation to the person because they were already feeling like that. They were already going to drop you. They were already going to leave you. Just so happened, a situation happened. Boom. See, that confirmed it. And to me, none of this, see, me having that dream was already 4 or 5 steps ahead before it happened, bro. Your dreams will catch stuff first. I had a dream I got fired from a job. Guess what? Next day I took my ass to work. I got fired, bro. Just as the damn dream stated, bro. Showed me. You have dreams, bro. Them dreams be accurate. And it's like, cause you gotta understand the dream, the spiritual side of things it happens first anyway. Then what? The physical catches up. Now, when karma hits, now let me tell you, let me break it down for y'all. When karma hits, what realm is it in? Oh, some people think it's spiritually done. Nope. As I mentioned, the final stage of karma is physical, man. It's physical. After all the actions of your behavior, of which started the pattern to begin with, now it begins to follow you. But when you look behind you, you don't see nothing following you because it's what you can't see. And then it hits the physical. It takes form. That's why you don't know where it's coming from, because you didn't know it was following you the whole time. You thought you got away with it. And the most scariest thing is, how does this end? See, it goes bad. This is why I say it's not a punishment. This is your doing. You've caused this pattern. You created it with your behavior. And this is what I'm saying to you is the karma is physical. It's physical. Because you feel it before you see it, bro. You feel it before you see it. So as soon as it hits you, a light bulb goes off and says, damn, man, I'm cooked. This is for all the bullshit I've been doing. I didn't get away with it. Because why is it happening? There is no other reason why it would happen. Only you can remember what you've done to cause it. The pattern. See? You know yourself. You know how many times you've done something when you should have stopped. You do somebody wrong, you take advantage of someone, you're gonna remember that. You're gonna remember that. It's gonna stick to your conscience. Your conscience takes notes of all your behaviors. It gets stored. So you best believe once you do it more than once, you've created a pattern. Now, here's the thing. When you take the silence for weakness, like I said, so you don't know the Pisces is leaving. Like I say, the outcome, like you thought you won a situation, but because they've, kept the silence, is because they were leaving, they were done. Now, let's say you thought that the Pisces or someone else will always be there. You thought that they will always stay in spite of your BS, right? This is why I say endless chances, endless chances. Welcome, Misty. How y'all doing? Everybody just came in. Thompson, welcome. Said Jesus loves you. Appreciate that. Yeah, so let's say you thought that the person will always stay. And because of those endless chances, appreciate the gift, Misty, appreciate the star. The thing about it is, it's a reason why people, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a slight setup. This is why I always tell people, there's no such thing as a chance, bro. There's no such thing as a chance, bro. Appreciate the gift, Misty, the sparkles. There is no such thing as a chance, bro. It's only an illusion. It's an illusion. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it is the chance that creates comfort. It's the chance that creates comfort. So when somebody gives you a chance, guess what they're giving you? They're giving you a chair. They're giving you a pillow. In so many words, they're basically comforting you, right? Without even trying. So when you hear the word, I'm gonna just give you a chance, man. I'm gonna give you another chance, bro. Yeah, second chances is always warranted. Why? Because I'm giving you rope. I'm giving you more rope to hang yourself because here's the thing. Endless chances result to what? Comfort. And that you know what that does? It makes you slip. You got too comfortable. Just because I was giving you chances, what you thought? I was going to keep giving them? No, all I needed to do was just do it one more time just so you could get comfortable. And then karma, it speeds karma up. Chances speed up karma. I don't know, a lot of people don't know this. Chances speed up forgiveness. Oh my God. Forgiveness is even, bro, when you forgive, oh, if you do it again, karma is going to knock your ass out. Jackie Chan. Because now it's even worse. Damn, the person forgave you. They spared you. And you didn't take it serious? You thought they was playing with you? Oh, so you got comfortable and did it again. Now the karma is this. The final chance arrives. You don't even know that that's the final time. Bro, listen, that is the final time. The chance is the final time. So could you imagine a person swears to you, I'll never do that again. Oh, I cussed you out. Or I did something shady, bogus, disrespectful. I'll never do that again. Okay, I forgive you. I'm giving you another chance. And you forgot what you said. Karma is really watching the whole time, ready to just listen. Karma is standing next to you, waiting for you to slip. As soon as you do the very thing you said you wouldn't do, guess who's standing right next to you with a sledgehammer? You just don't see him. He can't wait to hit you with that mug. You just like, yo, you do the same thing again to only what? Just for karma to just take you away. And nobody know what happened to you because listen, when karma come, it's like somebody just something happens to you to where, damn, what happened? He just got locked up. Nobody knows what happened. Karma gets the last laugh. That's why I tell people, don't take it for granted. Now, I'm gonna tell you another thing. Broken promises, empty apologies, fake support, selective loyalty, hidden resentment, jealousy, gossip, betrayal, half truths, manipulation, taking advantage, using guilt, emotional games, inconsistencies, selfishness, neglect, dismissiveness, disrespect, deflection, competition disguised as friendship, fake concern, broken confidence, hidden agendas, opportunities, self-centeredness, blame shifting, taking credit, lack of accountability. So these are all reasons why Pisces leaves the situation. All these things on which I mentioned. This is why Pisces leave the situation. Once the pattern start, Pisces is out of there. I ain't gonna sit there and entertain this because this is all the shit that come with it. See, there's more risk involved where there's more chances because patterns are nothing to take lightly. Patterns are a what? Result of your behavior. That's why you don't stay on a job that you see all this shit going on. When you give it a chance, now you giving everything in which I mentioned another goddamn chance to run its course. See? But here's the thing. Let's say I'm gonna give y'all examples of karma. Okay, so let's say you ignored the Pisces text, and then all of a sudden karma hits. Then later you're the one being ignored. See, but here's the thing: you did it first. You ignored the Pisces text. Now you ain't getting nothing from the Pisces. That's karma. You see how karma isn't the punishment, but it's the same. It gives you the same energy from what you projected. It's only giving you the same energy back. It's the reflection. The Pisces ain't got nothing to do with that. That's why I say if you show yourself, you get what you get. Whatever you put out in the atmosphere, that's what you get back. Now, even if you laugh or mock the Pisces, guess what? They achieve them anyway. They achieve their goals anyway. You can laugh all day. You got the right to laugh. And downplay everything doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. It doesn't mean that. You could be laughing, but guess what? The Pisces still gonna succeed. Now, let's say if you doubt a Pisces intuition, then who are you gonna be feuding with? Reality. Because reality always wins. So when you doubt a Pisces intuition, reality proves them right. It's cold-blooded. So let's just say that let's say you're the type of person like what just happened. Let's say you choose temporary people over loyal ones. What would be your karma? Well, the temporary people will leave your ass too. It's cold-blooded. See, sometimes you think you got a crutch when you do something dirty and the very person that you turned over for the temporary one, you get left by them. You get left by the temporary one. That's what they say. Never leave the one you love for the one you like. Bro, you got to know, like, the thing about it is you can't make the other person stay anyway. The grass is never greener on the other side. Nope. So that's the thing. If you don't understand, and that's the one thing you got to know who the loyal people are. Because if you're fake, you can never see real. A fake person never understands anything real. All they understand the language of as to what they can see, what they can feel is fake. So they cool with everything. They get along with other fake folks. They eat fake food. They do, you see, they can't tell the difference between a McDonald's hamburger and the damn real hamburger that you can make at the grocery store. Because even if you tell them this process, guess what? They're still gonna eat the shit. They can't make sense of what makes sense, if that makes sense. I'm just saying it's the truth, man. You sit there and try to tell somebody or teach somebody the truth about life when they've been living their whole life, their whole lifetime. Hey, superficial. It's like they don't get it. They never will. See? Now, let's say you try to use Pisces or any other sign as a backup plan. The karma here will be that what? The person becomes unavailable. But you thought you were going to use them. See? That's why I tell people don't try to get over because you're not going to succeed at it. Like, people don't understand. As soon as you feel something's not right, you got to follow that every time. Now, I'm going to tell you how to know when a Pisces is done. Okay? Is once that Pisces stop explaining themselves, they're done. Once they stop arguing, once they stop chasing, once they stop checking in, once they stop believing, once they stop hoping, once they stop investing, once they stop waiting, once they stop rescuing, once they stop fixing, once they choose peace, they're done. See? Now, one thing is that you will not be added to whatever the Pisces applies their focus to. See? So if they choose something, they choose peace, they choose self-respect, they choose boundaries, you're not involved. You're not invited. Nope. So that's why Pisces will look elsewhere. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes you can look at a situation and say, I've lost, but you haven't. Sometimes when people betray you, you think that you were betrayed. You take it as you being the victim, but that's not always the case because you did not lose those people. They lost access to you. So that's why they join. That's why they either join together and work against you because one is not strong enough. So you got to recognize and know who you are in the spirit realm. And these little imps, they can't do nothing with you. That's why they team up on you. That's why you could catch them in all their acts, all their tracks. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Metaphorically, karma doesn't always show up as a punishment, as I mentioned that. It doesn't always show up as a punishment. So sometimes karma is waking up one day and realizing the person who believed in you, defended you, forgave you, and stood by you is no longer there. It's a wake-up call. See, while you're on snooze, this is basically what is happening. You're just sitting there missing out. Oh, you didn't know? You thought that person was gonna stick around forever with dealing with your BS? No. That's the scariest thing. Like, let's say you were married to a good woman, right? Or if you're a woman, you were married to a good man. Only to realize you've been putting that person through BS constantly. Only to wake up one day to realize they're gone. Whether they've left, whether they were deceased, whatever the situation, just to realize they are no longer there. And you knew you were giving them a hard time. That's how the karma hits, to where it teaches you the lesson to actually what? Do the opposite. Like, yo, I should have been, good to this person, because now this is the worst thing of losing a good one. Losing a good person is like losing all the money in your bank account, all the money in your stock account, everything gone. Just to start over, and it's hard enough to find somebody loyal or somebody that has a good heart. And then, like I say, one thing about Pisces is that by the time that person understands their value, you got to see, this is what you got to watch out for. Because now the Pisces move on to a better situation. Or even if you're not a Pisces, you will move on to a better person. And then you realize, what? Are you going to go back to where you left? No. That's why I say you can't, bro. Somebody can have a dog. And let's say they beat that dog, they did all these little heinous type of things, just evil shit to this dog. The dog left. Dog ran away to some new owners, and new owners had, basically kept the dog, found it. Now, could you imagine the dog gonna be relieved when he get around these new owners? He like, damn, did you just see what was going on to me in the house? But nobody, see, the thing about the people that treated the dog badly, they never thought the dog would leave, bro. That's why I always say, just as you would realize this, that a situation could always be dissolved at any moment. Like, you could have something today and then wake up tomorrow and it's gone. And see, you got to, if you really, put it like this, if you would see yourself to be devastated by it, then why did you not, do that particular thing the right way? Treat that person right. Because if you can't see yourself without them, then prove it with your behavior. Now, appreciate the star on Sedona. And see, let me see, Misty said 2 days later they're doing it again. I don't believe one has to forgive. No, what I meant, this is what okay, so forgiveness is for you internally. It's for you to let go of the hurt. So, in other words, it's like you don't hold that particular thing that the person did to you against them. So you can forgive without trusting again. You can forgive without joining the person again, because you have to draw the boundary. You have to set the boundary, the clear boundary. After you know, okay, I can't trust this person. Yeah, I forgave them, meaning to the grave, I'm not going to have this resentment built up in my heart against this person. I'm not going to still be mad at them, but I'm going to set a boundary They would never be able to come to my house again. I would never be friends with them again. I would never trust them again as I did. So that's what you have to do. You have to love them from, if you choose to, 50 feet away. You gotta, love them from a distance, but at the same time, do not allow this person back into your life. No. So forgive and let go is the better or the more healthier way to handle it. Now, the chance thing is different. When people give chances, they're really not getting chances. They're really getting themselves caught in the net. See, because you think that you put it like this, as people hear themselves getting another chance, they think they got another shot. See, and then they bank on getting another chance. But what they fail to realize is that they never got another chance. The person really sets themselves up for failure when they take that chance on, because nobody can walk that thin line, that straight line, and just know, oh, I won't make the mistake again, because you're human. But what I'm saying is, people give you a chance, they just giving you enough rope to hang yourself. Because here's the point. What is the point of a chance when this person that you've hurt doesn't trust you anymore? The chance is worth nothing if the person doesn't trust you anymore. So what is the point of saying I give you a chance? Oh, I'll give you a chance, man. But hey, you can't come to my house unless I'm there, or all these little rules, right? So that lets you know that you're still cooked. It's just a way to make you feel comfortable, but it doesn't mean you're actually giving another shot. That's the whole thing. So that's why I say things aren't always how they sound. Things aren't always how they seem to or appear to be, because people have different ways and meanings behind things that they say, and we cannot just take it on literally. We just can't just hear something and just be like, oh, damn, that's okay, even though it sounds promising. Just like someone says they'll come to something that you throw, like a party, gathering, baby shower. It's not a guarantee they'll show up. But you'll be happy if they do. But you just can't expect them to show up just because, they got an invitation. Even if you talk to them over the phone, they can always back out unexpectedly. So it's like, if that's the case, then you just can't expect it. But if it happens, then you're just more grateful and more, excited that they kept their word. But not many people do. Now, okay, so now with this the Virgo situation, and I ain't gonna lie, I feel like today, not even just today, I feel like all week it's been a Virgo week. I don't know what it is. But every time I catch somebody wearing sneaky shoes, they're a Virgo, man. My uncle that just visited from Louisiana, he was a Virgo, but he was cool though. So I ain't gonna count him in the equation. But then Virgo X, then there was a girl I was talking to a few days ago, she was a Virgo. I'm like, damn, is it just a Virgo week? And it's just like, bro, you gotta be careful. So the compatibility with Pisces and Virgo, it looks like this. Everything is good between Pisces, no matter if you're, man or a woman. The only problem is if that damn Virgo is sneaky. When they decide to be sneaky, that's when shit goes left. That sneakiness within Virgo looks like this. They could talk a good game. They can make it sound like they're loyal. They're this, this, this. They'll always tell you the good stuff. Oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, I'm all that, I'm all that. That's all you hear, right? And then they do some real shady shit that contradicts the whole story. See, for which they told. So you got to be careful with Virgo, because they can be cheating on you, lying on you. You name it. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but you came off perfect. You the way you introduce yourself, you came off like the perfect one. I did, and I'm gonna tell you, sometimes that's done to control you. Like sometimes they'll be of service, they'll do something nice for you, but that is to control you. Virgos be very controlling. And then you gotta be careful. What follows that is that manipulation. And then all of a sudden, you thinking that, oh, they're so good. And then the minute they do something under your nose, you can't believe it. Because it's like, damn, you just said you were such a good person. Now you're doing something so bogus that it ain't adding up. So the whole thing is, like I say, be careful when a Virgo starts doing the sneaky behaviors, because once you see what they start doing, you'll start thinking like, yo, this is some BS for real. How many of you been with a Virgo or had similar experiences? Cause I ain't gonna lie, man, that the sneakiness is so crazy, y'all. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'd rather a person be bad and just show me the badness to where I can recognize it than to act like there's something they're not. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, you gotta be careful, because I'm gonna name off a couple things you gotta watch out for. Okay, so here's the number one secret with Virgo that nobody talks about is that they don't tell you the full story. They don't tell you everything as they explain it. Could you imagine when you think you're getting the whole story of a situation, to know and notice that you're not? Because they're good storytellers. They can really make you seem like you got the whole damn story, but they're not telling you everything. That's the sneakiness that I'm talking. That's the sneaky shit I'm talking about. See, so let's just say they already made a decision before discussing it. It's cold-blooded. Could you imagine somebody telling you something and only to have already made a decision about it? Man, that's cold-blooded and that's sneaky, because it's like, damn, you didn't even tell me you already said yes. Or you telling me there's issues going on with you and your man only to realize that you've already found someone else, or you guys already worked it out. So as you're telling me you guys got into it, you're trying to make it seem like you guys are done, but you're really not. It's cold-blooded. See, they don't tell you, oh, we actually rekindled the situation. They just tell you the bad part. See, because it sounds exciting to them, because it's toxic. Now, another thing is that other people can feel left out, because you don't get the full story. More shit happened than just what they told. Now, let's say when it comes to observing things, half the time you don't even know when a Virgo is observing things between you guys and others, because they do this quietly in a sneaky way. So let's say while everyone is talking, a Virgo could just be observing and collecting information, just intel, just sitting there. Could you imagine you telling, you just basically talking about something in a confidential way, and the Virgo just sitting there observing you the whole time when you don't even know they're listening to you or paying close attention to the details when they actually are? Because you don't know how they're going to use that information. So I'm going to tell you what they do with the information as they observe, secretly, quietly. Well, this creates backup plans. One thing about Virgo, and what you got to watch out with Virgo is this: they create backup plans. So if they get in a relationship, guess what? They're already trying to choose and pick who's gonna be the what they call the rebound. They're already deciding, oh, if this goes left, I'm getting with Ricky and I'm moving to Texas and I'm going down the street. It's like, it's unbelievable, bro. And then on top of that, they have that mentality. If plan A fails, then what does the Virgo say? Well, I already got plan B. Why are you planning for an exit when this is supposed to be a marriage? It don't see how it doesn't make sense. And then on top of that, the most tricky thing about Virgos and why they get this sneaky reputation attached to their sign is the fact that they don't reveal their hand, bro. You wouldn't even know you guys are playing the game. You'd be like, yo, I thought you was dead ass serious. The whole time I didn't know you had a whole hand in motion. It's like they're playing a game with you that you didn't even know that you guys were playing. See? So let's say once they decide to not reveal their hand, what happens? See, that's when a conflict happens. So one thing you got to be very careful about is the nature of Virgo thrives in conflict. How do you know this to be true? Well, it just happened. The Pisces man so-called betrayed me with somebody I already knew he was talking to, my ex. Conflict. Why does that attract a Virgo so much? See, you got to understand it's always plans being made, plots. See, you got to know this about Virgo. Can't just focus on the good side. Now, what this ends up happening as a result is people don't know where they stand with Virgo. That is the whole mere fact of it being tricky from the start. That's why Virgo, no matter if it's a man or woman, is considered the trickster for a reason. You never know where you stand. Are you a pawn? Are you just, are you just a backup plan for, what happened on Friday, which you know absolutely nothing about? And as they tell the story, you think it just happened when it already did. See? And then that's dangerous because that could also make you feel like you're being set up, which is going to leave you the same way the word spells out, backwards, upset. Now, when you look at the situation, they move strategically. That's why you cannot trust them, bro. They move strategically. They always got a reason why they're doing something. And it's not the way you think they would. You thinking they're just doing something like, if you have, company of a Virgo, you're thinking, you're just here, we're just kicking it. You don't know what strategy they got in motion regarding it. And see, one thing about Virgo is I'm gonna tell you, they're very patient and they don't react immediately. See, as a result, I'm gonna tell you what happens. Other people mistake patience for sneakiness. It's cold-blooded. It's cold-blooded. See, when you see that, you're gonna think to yourself, it feels the same. Because you would be like, damn, this Virgo is very patient. Why would they wait so long? Why are they not quick to do things? See, because they're moving strategically about it. Now, I'm going to tell you, they notice the details that other people miss. And I'm going to tell you, even if it's a small contradiction, they'll notice it. But this is what happens as a final result. Virgo remembers it later. It doesn't tell you. That's the whole thing. So imagine if you did something, let's say you just made a mistake. As you know, flaws, mistakes get noticed heavy by what? Virgo. They notice your flaws. They notice the things you do, the bad habits, you can have a stain on your shirt and they will make a big deal out of it. You name it. Now, the thing you got to watch out for is they could live their life privately. See? They could be private. Now, here's the thing. Let's say you tell a Virgo all your business, everything about you. What do you think the Virgo would do? See, they ain't gonna, but here's, I'm gonna tell you, they ain't gonna go out there and just broadcast your stuff. They're not a Gemini, but they will reveal very little at a time. See how you think they won't say nothing there? Oh, no, they gonna tell it. They're gonna tell it. They're gonna breadcrumb and do very little at a time. But they still gonna tell it. Now, I'm gonna tell you another thing. They analyze things before they speak. Remember, I told you never supposed to trust somebody that thinks before they speak, because 9 times out of 10, they'll lie while doing so. Now, here, let's say there's an emotional conversation between the two of you. But the problem here, I'm gonna tell you what'll end up happening. Then I'm gonna let you know the response of that Virgo will come later. They might not even answer you while you're being emotional. They might not even give you a response. So if you yell or you say something to them and you're all amped up emotionally, trying to really get them to understand and feel where you're coming from, guess what? They might not say shit until after you're done talking. That, to me, that type of behavior, bro, I don't trust it, bro. I can't trust it. Could you imagine somebody shut off emotionally for like 25 minutes, then all of a sudden they want to give you a response about 25 minutes ago? Like, where were you mentally? Were you just listening or were you not listening? See, now I'm going to tell you why is this happening, because the Virgo, they hate looking vulnerable. See, so let's just say that the Virgo is hurt about something. They will act like they're fine. See how you can't trust it? Damn, you're not even gonna own how you feel. And at the same time, I'm gonna tell you, with Virgo, it's like they wear this bulletproof vest. It's just like it. Just hear me out. Why do I say this? Because they play things close to their chest, bro. You can't trust people that do this shit, bro. Not just a Virgo. People that play close to their chest, they don't tell you nothing. You in the dark about everything. Everything. You think I'm with this person. You find out, you're not even with this person. You're actually married to him. It's like, wait, she didn't even tell me she was married to the person. I thought they was just friends. It's all kind of shenanigans because they're not giving you any info, nothing to go off of. So they play everything close to their chest. So if they have a new relationship, new friendship, a project, something changed, they're not going to tell you. Because one thing, when it comes to trust, a Virgo don't trust shit. The trust with a Virgo, it develops slowly. And that's what not a lot of people talk about. Oh, but you can tell. See, but if you tell them your life story, they ain't gonna stop you. And that's why I recommend you don't tell Virgo all your business. Because it can hurt you later. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. A lot of people, I'll tell you, the most trickiest zodiac sign of them all is Virgo, bro. Because they look so innocent on the outside. Or you could just meet one and then they quick to help you with shit. But a lot of times they just helping themselves. You think they helping you bag your groceries at the grocery store, but they really trying to get out of some shit. They probably don't want to go in the produce section and stack up the damn oranges and some other shit. But hey, I'll help you with your groceries, sir. You're like, well, thank you. Bro, don't fall for that shit, bro. They running game, bro. They trying to get out of some shit, but you just don't know. See, you don't know the truth about why we the 5 Ws. Now, I'm gonna tell you. See, there's the way a Pisces behave is gonna be the complete opposite of Virgo. Okay, so let's say a Pisces says, "Tell me what's going on. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to hear." Right? Virgo is gonna say something like, "Well, I'm still figuring it out." And so right after you tell them something, they're trying to figure out what you said and what you meant. Where the Pisces is like, okay, just tell me. So you see the difference? Who would you feel more comfortable explaining it to? The Pisces. Because what is to figure out if I'm just telling you how my day went? Ain't shit to figure out. See how overthinking creates problems? Overthinking creates conflicts, man. Oh, because now you're putting yourself in the story. Now you're putting yourself in the situation. And you're not even a part of the story. So when a Pisces says, tell me what's going on, basically willing to hear what's going on with you. The Virgo is saying, I'm still figuring it out. And that can work either way, because if you telling the Virgo, this could be the case. They're trying to dissect your words and what you meant, because they don't always understand Pisces. When you explain stuff to a Virgo, they be acting like you're not making sense, or your delivery, or they'll try to say how you said it, or they'll try to, politically correct you, like, oh, that's not how you say it. This is how you say. And you only get this with Virgo. Nobody else corrects you, Pisces, or tries to make you feel like, oh, you're not, using the right verbiage or whatnot. Okay. Now, another thing is that Pisces often wants emotional transparency. Virgo often wants certainty before speaking. So the difference can make Virgo seem secretive and make Pisces seem too probing. Because even if you ask a Virgo a personal question, they might not even tell you. Just because you want to know, they just withhold it from you. So it's like, damn, you won't even tell. Just because I really want to know, you would rather keep it from me. That alone will make a Pisces suspicious. Could you imagine you trying to tell a Virgo something and then it's like, oh, they're not even trying to answer just because you want to know so much or you want to know so bad. And you're really just curious or just, interested in what they're going to say. You're not trying to be nosy. But then the Virgo like, oh, you want to know too bad. I ain't telling you. Nah, you want to know too much. And that can make you not only get pissed off, Pisces, but then it also makes you check out emotionally to where you'll just be like, you know what? I don't even want to talk to this person no more. Because Pisces is quick to be done with you, quick to end the cycle, quick to end the situation. Like once a Pisces get upset, it's almost like they're no longer thinking about why they're upset. They're more focused on cutting you off and blocking you and never talking to you again. Because a Pisces will look at a situation that has been blown out of proportion. And it's like, yo, I just asked a simple question that requires a simple, answer. And when they get that type of response from a Virgo, they're like, nah, I don't even want to talk to this type of person with this type of mind state. Now, another thing is that metaphorically, Virgo is like a locked filing cabinet, okay? So Pisces is like an open ocean. Now, the filing cabinet wants organization, but the ocean wants flow. So this could be the situation with Virgos. They always want things to go a certain way. They always want things put in place. They always want things neat, organized. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you still got to flow. You still got to have, you still have to be fluid, even when you communicate. And the whole thing is this. They can learn from each other, yes, but both can also misunderstand each other. You see, because it's like, and I'm going to tell you like this, even relationships, it's different love languages. They're not going to want to do things how you want to do them, Pisces. You might like to lay down. I got to charge my phone. You might want to lay down and get cozy and, that you would want to do it that is where it might make you more, how can I say it? It might be more comfortable, like rose petals in the bathroom that, you just want to be a little romantic and, keep the whole spark open. Virgo can feel like you're being too soft, if that makes sense. They can they can ruin a good moment. And that's what I'm trying to tell you is like, they could be more prone to things like ruining shit. And this could be done constantly. See, majority of the time. And it's to the point where it's like, could you imagine if you was really trying to surprise your Virgo, girlfriend, and then all of a sudden you put rose petals from the bedroom candle, nice little candle lit, put the candles down, and you got the rose petals and her bath water ran, only to have her laugh at you and say, "Damn, you're starting to get a little soft on me." You would be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" As a Pisces, that would make you literally say, "You know what? If you think this is so funny, you think I'm soft because I'm putting rose petals down, I would never, give you this type of treatment ever again. This version, you will never get. Now, since you think I'm soft, I'm going I'm gonna do this to another woman." So that's why Pisces will cheat on your ass just for that one little, oh yeah, because of Pisces, yeah, it's sensitive enough to know that you can't appreciate something like that. So I ain't giving you that. I'm not giving you that no more, ever again. See, you gotta be careful how you treat Pisces. If Pisces do something from the kindness of their heart and you stomp on it, guess what? You ain't getting that version of Pisces ever again. Nope. And Virgo, I'm gonna tell you, they will say those words to you. They will say, "Oh yeah, you done softened up. That's kind of soft though. Y'all light skinned men, y'all be getting a little soft with it. Now you got the rose petals." They will criticize the fact that of what you just done instead of appreciating it. See how that caused an argument that could cause ruckus, and Mr. Ruckus ain't even got to be there. All of a sudden you'd be like, but I'm gonna tell you though, it's all in your reaction. Only if you react to it. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, when Virgo women and Pisces men break up, usually it's because of that. It's because of something being said that challenges your what? Masculinity. Because I'm gonna tell you, even if you're not a Pisces, even no matter what other zodiac sign you are, Virgo is the sign that will test you in those areas. Because I'm gonna tell you, she's known for demasculizing men. She's known for that. Because how many men will challenge her? How many men will put her in her place? She wants to be put in her place so goddamn bad that the first thing she's gonna do is talk shit to you, say slick stuff to you, and test this. She's gonna test and push your boundaries to see how much of a man you really are. And you must take the lead. Because God knows if you don't take the lead with a Virgo, they're gonna demasculize you. Have you doing all kind of BDSM and sticking stuff inside of you that shouldn't go. Have your ass doing some crazy shit just to stay with them because they think it's funny. And they are laughing at you because you did not stop them. That's what I meant by the Virgos being sadistic, bro. They get off on causing other people pain, bro. They would rather get with a man that has a girlfriend already, that has kids, just because of what? Being a homewrecker. Just the mere fact of making a woman or a man jealous, they would love that. They would rather take that man. Like I told you guys about the Virgo that I was just talking to. We didn't even make it one day. We didn't even make it one day because she told me some shit that really had my stomach turning. She said that she got with a guy within what, a week. Look how fast that is. She got with a guy for 1 week. Then all of a sudden, she told me that this dude did 23 years in prison. He got out. You know, she told me that he liked men. So I'm kind of like, wait a minute. You got with a dude knowing that he was a booty bandit? And she said yes, because, oh, she hates being bored. And his little stories and his little aesthetics, the things that come with him, she thinks is so funny. Ain't nothing of which she told me, being a Pisces, that I find funny. That's nasty. So you getting off, you really having the time of your life because you watching this dude go around asking dudes, oh, how you doing, sexy? Ooh, look at you. Bro, that's not funny. That's nasty, bro. So anything the story of anything of a story that she would tell about this dude, and guess what his name was? Top. And then on top of that, how could you even be in tour with this dude knowing you accepted him in his condition, in his life, the way he lives his life? Shows a lot about you. Man, I was just like, and I'm not gonna be judgmental, but damn, and Virgos ain't no joke, bro. I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared to talk to a Virgo at this point, bro. It's not fear. It's just I just don't trust them, bro. I just don't trust them. A lot of Virgos be in situations where they talking to a married man, and then if they're, you know, let's say you meet them on a dating site, you will find out that she's not single. And it's like, yo, you still married to the dude. Why not just get a divorce? They don't want to do that. They want to go out there and mingle while they still married. See? So it's definitely a pattern. Facts. Facts, real lady. Now, okay, so another thing I'm gonna talk about is let me see what I got in my notes. Oh shit. I don't know why that came on. But yeah. Okay, so another thing, like I say, who do y'all think will be worse? Now I'm talking dark sided now. Would you rather be with a Virgo woman, Aries woman, or Scorpio woman? In the chat, which one would y'all rather pick, or who would y'all think would be the best or the worst partner for a Pisces? And if you're not a Pisces, which one would you choose? See, because I'm gonna do different combinations with different signs so that way other people could get, insight as well. Not just Pisces. But like, you gotta be careful, cause bro, I would say this is why, it's crazy, because my Leo well, now we're back together. So I don't this is a back and forth situation with my Leo. Because I got in contact with her today. She was mad at me, so that's why she said she blocked me or whatever. But we had rekindled, but it's just like, at least this is the good thing about Leo. I would say this, at least Leo voices how they feel. See, so if they're angry, you're gonna know. They still gonna talk to you, but they just gonna be angry too. But at least they voice how they feel, so you could really have that dialogue and really talk to them about stuff because of the, passion, also because they can express themselves. And to me, that's very important. But it's not perfect by no means, just like any other sign. But the Virgo, for me, that I ain't gonna lie, that shit blew me out the water. Just the type of behaviors and patterns and the way that they get themselves involved in things, it could just be so like dirty, like very low down, dirty shame, to where it's just like, damn, you really are that damn, how can I say it? It's like they just don't care, bro. They don't care. It ain't no emotions in there in the decisions. Like they'll just do something without feeling bad, without feeling for the other person and how they would feel. They don't care. And then not telling you the whole story that make you feel like, oh, something bad finna happen. Or even if you don't, even if you're not saying something bad gonna happen, you just know that you're not gonna be told the truth when you should have been told the truth. And could you imagine being the victim eventually because because you didn't know something? The Virgo didn't tell you. So let's say the Virgo tells you, for example, come over. Oh, you want to come over? And then all of a sudden you like, yeah, right? She doesn't tell you that she's married. So you assume she's single, an empty nester, woo. Only to find out you get over there, you get comfortable, you take off all your clothes, you're down to your tidy whities, and now you in the bed with her. Next thing you know, you hear the ring camera swing, you hear the ring camera, and then all of a sudden, you see the dude on her phone. Oh shit, my husband's here. But she still ain't telling you that she has a husband. There's nowhere for you to run, there's nowhere for you to hide. And all you see the door bust open. And what the F you doing in here with my wife? Could you imagine that information crossing your thoughts only to realize, wait, you were married the whole time? And you done put me in some shit that it could get me killed? It's in those type of moments where you start, like, nah, bro, this ain't it. And that's why I said, bro, you got to be more patient with Virgo than you ever did. Because it's always something more than what meets the eye with Virgo. It's always, they only gonna tell you the pretty story, the pretty picture, what seems to be good, the good information. They ain't not gonna tell you everything that's going bad, everything's going left, what ain't right. They ain't gonna tell you. Because they hate looking vulnerable to people. They hate looking vulnerable to people. So if they got something bad going on or something unfortunate, the bill's not getting paid, shit is getting cut off, they're not gonna tell you that story of how the lights are off and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. No, they don't like to look vulnerable to people. So they're gonna try to paint this pretty picture that everything is all taken care of. How they got this, how they bought that, how they, just bought a new Birkin bag, paid off, but the lights are off at the house. They ain't gonna tell you that. So you just gotta know that don't tell them everything either about your life, what you got going on. Now, going back to the home wrecker situation. Now, why is Virgo oftentimes depicted as such, okay? What do y'all think? Because, bro, what's going on? Smoke screen, welcome. What's going on? Prince Cash, you out? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I would rather have a Pisces, but sometimes with Pisces, the only thing for another Pisces, the problem could be is to catch one, bro. Cause it's different. It's different when you date a Pisces. You gotta catch a Pisces woman, bro. You can not like literally, but it's like you gotta make sure you know what I'm saying. You got to seal the deal, but you can't be like, she ain't gonna make it easy for you to just boom. That's another thing too. With Virgo, women, they want a man that they can control. So if you don't give them no type of, even the uh audacity, or give them the type of reassurance that they really got you, they don't want you. They want you when you're weak. They want you when you're vulnerable. They want you when you're in your feelings. That's when the Virgo wants you the most, because they can control you at that point. Remember, she's attracted to men that she can demasculize. So if she could tell you what to do or get her way with you, she gonna love you. How do I know this to be true? Because of Top. Top was what? This was a booty bandit. He liked dudes. He did 23 years in the pen. And this was her husband. And they were only together for like 2 weeks. How the hell is this your husband already? But the thing is that this man obviously had issues. And she only got with him because he had money, bro. See? So she was willing to put up with the whole booty bandit situation, all the toxicity that came with this man, all because he had money. See, Virgo is like, they'll take the swine. See, they'll take the swine. They'll take the filthiest situation. Oh, if it got money, listen, the man could be totally bad for her whatsoever. But if he got money, guess what? She's gonna think practically about that situation. But he got money, but he got money, but he got money, but he got money. So she gonna sleep on the floor where the rats, the roaches, everybody crawling over her face, running across her damn forehead every night. She will get with that man in a practical sense and stay with him, marry him, do all this shit so soon in a hurry so she doesn't give a damn, only because he has money. And she looks at herself as taking over. Guess what? She gonna get with that man, take over, take his money, and when she has him down to $0, or to when he starts saying, "Oh, he ain't got it," guess what she's gonna do? Kick him to the curb. I'm telling you, man, a lot of prostitutes and hookers are Virgos, bro. They don't give a damn. They would treat you like a loaf of bread, bro. What do people do to a loaf of bread? They feed it to the birds. They feed it to the birds. And they ain't the whole thing is that all they want is your money. She would sleep with anybody, bro. You could be oldest. Who's the oldest? Wait, I know Donald Trump, he's old, but what's the other dude name? I don't follow presidents, but I think his name was what was the president before? Because I don't pay attention. I don't, like I say, I feel like presidents is illusions. I feel like what I'm saying is that with the whole, I ain't gonna go off into that, but I'm just saying who I was trying to say was the presidential situation before. What is the other old guy that was president before this dude, before Trump? Cause I ain't gonna lie, I don't follow politics. So don't try to judge because I don't follow. Yeah, Biden, definitely. So what I was trying to say was a Virgo woman would sleep with an older man that's Joe Biden's age, just because he got money. Just because he got money. But she would go, I'm going to tell you, she would go after the most insecure man, the guy that doesn't think he's good enough. She's attracted to the vulnerable. She's attracted to the man that's broken down, the man that is complaining about his current marriage or how he hates his wife, how he hates this, how he's paying all the bills. He's the only one. She's attracted to those people that already have a situation going and they're not happy. Because she can see herself in the situation practically taking over. She's like, oh, I can fix it. Yeah, hey, I'll fix that whole situation for you and put a smile on your face. Just make me your wife, and I'm going to come in, cook meals every day, and I'm going to do everything what you're complaining about your wife not doing. And you'll have a smile on your face. The whole key is she's going to take all your money too. You don't even see it coming. Because she's going to demasculize you. She's going to make you basically her damn, her husband. She's going to make you, put it like this. She's going to wear the shoes. and be telling you what to do. And the only reason I know this to be true, because every Virgo that I know is with someone, they stole they stole the man from another woman, bro. It's like it's always shenanigans. She didn't get the dude off of just merely meeting him out somewhere, usually. Now, I'm not saying all Virgo women, but I know it sounds like I am, but I'm not. I'm just saying that a lot of Virgos have dark interests, bro. And I'm going to tell you why is the stinger inwardly. It's because of what you can't see. Within the symbolism of the sign, you notice the M and then it has that little swoosh. The little stinger is inwardly, as if it's inside of their pocket. Bro, you don't be knowing how, you don't be knowing which, where, what they really want or where you stand. Because I'm going to tell you, man, I know somebody right now that used to stay in Milwaukee and they moved way out. They moved way out into, what is that? Atlanta. Now, who knows what type of lifestyle that person lives in another state, but they moved away from family, okay? Now, they could have found a house in the same state. And don't get me wrong, people are, allowed to move out, out, out from which they were born or whatnot. But it's like, if it was that person going in that direction by themselves, it was for a reason. But most people don't want their dirt to be in the same vicinity as their family, bro. Or some people that want to do something without their family stopping them. That's another scenario. Or just simply they want to just move to another state just because they want to. Sometimes it's not a reason, but you got to know, if you're not even able to get with your family as easy, as it would have been had you been in the States or the same state as your family, but just have your own place. Now you got to fly. See, but I always believe that there could be a reason to that. But I know a Virgo that did that just moved, moved out of town, moved to, Atlanta's been staying there for years. And it's like, okay, that could have been a choice thing, but I always say, why Atlanta? Just want to know, just curious, right? Now, like I said, you gotta be careful, because like I say, you could get with a sign, and the whole thing is with Virgos, they have that takeover spirit, bro. Have y'all ever known somebody aside from a sign that just has a takeover spirit? They just come into a situation, they know that the person is not strong enough, to deal with anything. They need to be healed, but instead of healing them, they just rather just come in and take over. Could you imagine knowing a knowing a guy that owned a business, right? And then he's complaining about, all these different things, and all of a sudden it's like he's ready to give it up. Now, let's just say, for example, he meets a Virgo. And the Virgo's like, yeah, here's the man, complaining about some things, how things isn't right, and he got family issues, and I'm thinking about giving up the business. Then she or he manipulates the dude until, giving it up. Oh yeah, I think you should give it up. Yeah, yeah, it's about that time of the year, and he gives the business up, and he sells it for cheap. So Virgo is opportunistic like that, just like Capricorn. They'll try to capitalize if you come at them like that. See, so you got to be careful, because some signs will trick you out of your own stuff, but you got to be strong enough to notice. Now, another thing is this, like I say, with Pisces women, they're very they're hard to catch, bro. See, and another thing, like Virgo, and I had to learn this the hard way. Okay, so Virgo doesn't. I'm gonna tell you why she doesn't want to go for the guy that got his shit together. She just doesn't. She's insecure. See, so if you got confidence, you got your own, car, you got your own crib. She ain't gonna be quick to get with you. She want the guy that's struggling, the guy that doesn't have a car yet. She wants the guy that she has more than him. Why? Because she wants to come into the situation and take over, bro. She wants you to be taking her to work in her car. She want to be telling you what to do. See? And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, like, ain't nothing wrong taking your girl to work, but just be careful, bro. Cause like if y'all not married and it becomes a control thing where you got to pick us up, just be careful, man. If it's her car, that's a form of control, bro. And it starts there. Now, how many people will or won't take their girl to work? See, I'm gonna tell you, just being on principle, it's better to be married or engaged to a woman when it comes to those type of things of taking her to work or her taking you to work. If you can't drive your, let's say you guys only have one car together and you help her out, she help you out, boom. But just be careful, because if they're telling you or making you do it and you don't want to do it, that's a different story. It's some men out there that won't say no, that they don't want to do it. I had a situation growing up. I had a Leo cousin, and I was talking to this Sagittarius woman at the time. We were in a relationship, and they worked at the same restaurant. And then I ain't gonna lie, he knew her first before I knew her, and he hooked me up with her. And then here's the thing: everybody thought it was funny because you know nobody wanted her because she had her teeth were kind of rotten, so that didn't it didn't want like her breath stunk or anything like that. It's just nobody really didn't show her no interest like that until I got with her, which was weird. Then I'm gonna tell you the funny part. My cousin, he's a Leo, and he was, like I said, I wouldn't have known the Sagittarius had I not, had it not been for my cousin. Now, anyway, next thing you know, we both were off of work. Me and, my ex, we were off work. And then all of a sudden, she's like, babe, get up, get up, get up. I said, what? What's going on? Because I'm like, we both off. She said, oh, we got to take your cousin to work. I was like, we ain't taking his ass to work. Why would, see, why would my ex be so freaking gun-ho, so amped up, so excited to stay loyal to her taking my cousin to work, bro? As if they're fucking, bro. And I stopped her in her tracks. I said, damn, you really care about this man getting to work a little too much. And he wasn't even giving no gas. I'm like, nah, hell nah. She like, no, but that's the thing. I'm a woman of my word, and I told him I'm gonna take him to work and give him a ride, and I'm like, nah, bro, y'all fucking. And me, I ain't gonna lie. Me is that, see, here's the thing. When I have a girl, I am very, very jealous, bro. I'm very jealous. Not insecure jealous, but I'm jealous. I'm one of them type of dudes. I am very, very tender. So if you with me, oh, yes, I'm gonna be jealous. I'm one of them type of dudes. I'm jealous. So if you taking my cousin to work, I don't give a damn if it's my cousin, my brother. I'm done. I'm gonna always think, yep, y'all fucking, because ain't no way in hell you thinking about another dude, and especially getting to work. Nah, mm-mm, hell no. Because you gotta know, when you watch a person and you see their energy, and you don't get that same energy for yourself, you like, wait a minute. You got up out your damn sleep as if you were late for work. But now you telling me, oh, we gotta go pick up, your cousin. We gotta, when she actually said his name, like, we gotta go pick up Ray. We gotta take him to work. I told him I was gonna take him. We late. We late. Come on, come on. We ain't picking up shit. But I told your cousin I'm gonna take him. Nah, bro, he can ask his girl. Why he not asking his girl to take him to work? Why he asking you? That's why I said, be careful. The lesson learned is this. Be careful when people hook you up with people, bro. Because they probably was talking first. See? Or they may have liked each other, or she may have liked him first. See? But then you just ended up getting with her. See what I'm